actually set up their kiosks and tables and were present within the convention. And to kind of answer and speak more about this convention, ladies and gentlemen, we're very lucky that we've actually been joined by somebody who actually happens to be an entrepreneur. He's traveling all the way from Malaysia. He is Mr. Usman Nisar Chaudhary. Hello, sir. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. How are you feeling today?
I'm good. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's wonderful to have you over here. And we have you over here because we certainly want the overseas Pakistanis to raise their voices about whatever concerns they have related to coming to Pakistan, property transfers, Nadra, passport, FIA, so whatever. So first of all, how do you see this idea of our Honorable Prime Minister, Mian Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif Sahab?
Well, first of all, I would really like to thank the current government, our Prime Minister, Mian Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif Sahab, and also our Army Chief for taking up this initiative and welcoming us, giving us the status of state guest.
Yes.
First time ever in the history of Pakistan, I think after many years, this kind of convention has been happening in Pakistan.
Alhamdulillah.
And they call it the backbone of the
Pakistan's economy.
Yeah. And we have actually surpassed your exports. 33 billion. Now it is around 38 billion remittance, which is coming from overseas Pakistan.
Yeah, I think last year it was somewhere at 30 to 31 billion dollars. If it's at 38 billion dollars now, I think it's a big achievement now once again.
This March number is 4.1 billion.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. Mr. Chaudhary, you moved abroad in 2007 to Malaysia, living as an overseas Pakistani. What do you think are the biggest challenges that you face and other overseas Pakistanis face when trying to give back and invest back into our country?
Right. So you see, the first thing first, we have, you need to understand that we are in developed countries.
Yes.
And but we are deeply rooted in Pakistan. We want to contribute that to the society when we achieve something. So especially for Pakistani who wants to invest back in Pakistan, there are a lot of challenges. One is, of course, which our Prime Minister Mian Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif Sahab mentioned as well, red fita, they call it red tape. So that is one challenge that we face, obstacles. But thanks to our Army Chief, he had a firing speech yesterday. The whole crowd was so energized by his speech. He was very precise, especially when we talk about the brain drain, they call it.
Exactly.
So he said this is brain gain, not brain drain.
A new spin to it. I love that.
Yeah, and I would want to kind of build up on that. Now imagine that, okay, unfortunately, we do know for a fact that we are a developing nation, right? That's understood. But that one thing that we could actually kind of capitalize on is human resource. We have an abundance of population over here where 60% of the population is youth, and we really need to make sure that we export them so that we can import a lot of remittance, right? What is your take on making sure that Pakistan really needs to capitalize on their human resource?
Right. So you see, very beautiful, very right question, Shehbaz Sahab. The thing is, I say in my words that everything from Pakistan can be exported, including our youth.
Yeah.
So when you talk about youth, you see right now in the international market, you can't simply just send unskilled workers.
True.
You need to train them. You need to give them the full skill set that is required in order for us to cater them in the international market. So what we are really requesting the government is to develop some sort of skill training centers here, which we are already working on, which are required internationally. And of course, various countries in the world require different kind of skilled labors.
True.
Like if you talk about Malaysia, not just Malaysia and the ASEAN region, especially Malaysia is a manufacturing hub. So we require to have those skilled trained workers who can actually contribute into the manufacturing sector. Then
exactly,
second,
As the world is moving towards upskilling and upgrading their lifestyle, we need to have practical implementations of how to use our knowledge in the practical way of life. I love that. I love that.
Exactly. So which is why in addition to this, now let's talk about, with the formal inauguration yesterday, obviously the respected Army Chief was over there as well, and the Prime Minister of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan was there. All the ministers were there. All those stakeholders were there alongside. the most important stakeholder, the state guest, 1,100 overseas Pakistanis. Now, because since you've mentioned that, that these were the areas that we were going to have a discussion upon, now, if we are to kind of separately discuss all of those areas, which area do you think happens to be one of the most important that probably, 1,100 overseas Pakistanis from 60 countries were talking about? And what were the solutions posed by the government of Pakistan that, hey, you know what, we're going to settle this for all of you?
Right. So you see, there are two segments to it. Number one, Army Chief's speech, which is honestly till now I get goosebumps. The way he fired up the whole crowd. And what happened was during his speech, he ensured that, you see, there are two categories of the overseas Pakistani diaspora. Number one is the one who wants to invest back in Pakistan. So anybody who wants to invest back into Pakistan, Army Chief gave the confidence, full confidence that you come in, the moment you will invest, only then the foreigners will follow through.
True.
So the thing is, but then there are certain sectors who are already identified where we can bring in our investment. So my personal interest, very close to my heart, is mining. Which, of course, we just recently had a conference here as well on mining as well. Which is also a big interest.
And SIFC is doing a great job at it as well. But, I think because you mentioned about the speech as well, and I think that one thing that which, a lot of overseas Pakistanis think about is the political instability, unfortunately, which has been very prevalent till the time that this government actually took up. So, alhamdulillah, by now, or by far, it looks like as if, things are actually stable as well. How was the response after the Army Chief's speech of the overseas Pakistanis? Was it that, okay, we're going to be very confident about what you have said and will start to invest? Because I've seen how people have gifted ambulances to Pakistan Army, how there were other people who've actually brought in medical equipment, so that it could be actually given to Pakistan Army or Pakistan government. So did it look like as if people are now going to have confidence within our political stability and within our own institutions, and how the government and the establishment is actually playing a role?
Right. So you see,